What's up guys, it's Kaylin and I am here today with the video. Okay, today's video is going to be about natural hair, black natural hair, and the products that I use. So if you watched my last video, which was a hair tutorial of how I do a wash and go kind of thing, today I'm going to be talking about all the products that I used in that video and some of the other ones that I didn't really mention, or that if you didn't really know how I felt about them, you can see why I used them, all that jazz. So without further ado, let's just dive in. Okay, so the first product that I used in my hair was this As I Am, and what it looks like, but I don't know if you can actually see it. No, it's not gonna focus. It's not. But it comes in this brown container. It's about $6 or $7 at Walmart or CVS or something like that. So any drugstore that you go to, you could probably find it in the ethnic section. So yeah, it's As I Am's Coconut CoWash Cleansing Conditioner. And I really like this because a lot of times, a lot of the shampoos that I have they dry out my hair a lot. And this one still cleanses my hair and doesn't leave it feeling really dirty or grimy, and it gets all that buildup out, but it doesn't leave my hair feeling extremely dry. So that's really good. That's why I like this one. Like I said, it's only $7, so it's not really expensive. There are some other brands out there that are really good and they're just a lot more expensive. So I feel like this is really good, especially for the price. It's a 16-ounce little thing, and you use it really generously. Just lather that stuff on, and also it's not hard to get out of your hair, so it doesn't like the conditioner that I use takes a few rinses to get it fully out. That being said, my conditioner that I use is the Aussie Mega Moist Conditioner, and I really like this one because a lot of people have told me good things about it. I've seen good reviews about it on other people's natural hair videos and stuff like that, and so I wanted to try it out because normally I was told that this brand was more for thin or fine hair, and hair that didn't really need a lot of moisture. But this specific one, the Mega Moist one, actually does give you a lot of moisture, and it does leave your hair feeling like you've actually put conditioner in it. There are some better ones out there, but this one is really good for the price. I think it's $4 and it comes in this big container. Also because it has a pump, and I think if it has a pump, it's a lot better. I don't know, that's just me, I'm weird like that. But it's really big and I liked it. And like I said, for the price, it does a really good job. It doesn't have a lot of slip per se, but it's really thick, and it feels like it's really moisturizing your hair, and for me it works really well. Now after I condition my hair, I don't think I said this in my last video, but I rinse my hair out with cold water. So that's part of the reason why it takes a little bit longer to get it fully out of my hair, but it does help keep the moisture in, and it locks it into your hair, and it also closes those pores, so it's all trapped in, so your scalp is moisturized, your hair is moisturized, and it seals the follicles. That's what I recommend doing. You don't necessarily have to do that. I would say warm water at best. Don't really use hot water because the heat and the steam from that is going to make your hair frizz up, which is the opposite of what you want to do. So that's just a little tip that I wanted to throw in there. Okay, now previously, before I did this method, I used two other products I'm going to talk about and talk about why I don't use them now. And they're not bad, and I've seen good reviews about them, but for me, they didn't personally work. The first is Murray's Pure Australian Beeswax. I think it's 90 cents at Walmart or any drugstore that you go to. This is supposed to seal in the moisture, but my hair is really finicky, and it doesn't like these kind of pomades or grease or really thick hard substances. And also because later on I'll explain why it left a residue in my hair. Not residue, but it almost left a ashy kind of feel to it. It didn't give it a lot of, it took away a lot of the shine, and I didn't really like that. But it's really good if you're like trying to shape your hair more, or if you are not using a gel-based product at the end, because this plus gel does not mix up really well. Also, because when you put it in your hair, you're supposed to put it in wet, and when I did that, it just kind of sat on my hair. It didn't really absorb into my hair. So this wasn't really a good thing for me. I've heard a lot of good reviews about it, but personally for me, it didn't really work. After shampooing, conditioning my hair, what I use is this leave-in conditioner. So this is the Eden Body Works leave-in conditioner. You can see that I use it a lot because you can't even see the logo really anymore, and it's almost empty. But this stuff is really, really good. It's really affordable. I don't remember the price per se, so I'll probably like put it somewhere on the screen or something like that. But this was really, really good. I have used it clearly till its end. It's a nice light leave-in conditioner, but it's really, really moisturizing, so it doesn't feel like the original conditioner. It's really, really thick and heavy. It keeps your hair like light and fluffy without freezing, like making it frizz up, but it does really moisturize your hair. So I stand by the Eden Body Works leave-in conditioner right now. I've heard some people compare this to like Miss Jessie's. Miss Jessie's is really, really expensive, and I can't really vouch for that one because I've never really used it. I've heard really good reviews on it, but I've also heard really good reviews on this, and I'm giving this a good review, so I really like this. I also showed you guys that I use this, which is the Cantu Shea Butter Curl Activating Cream. So this, I only use a little bit of it, which is why I've had this for maybe like 3 years, and I'm still using it, because I only use like a little bit of it. I use more leave-in conditioner and then a little bit of this, just because it does. I've seen it help my curls just stay and like form some of the curls a little bit better and help my hair develop that curl pattern, because beforehand I didn't really have much of a curl pattern. And this also helps with frizz as well, and my hair gets really, really frizzy really, really easily. So I think that this is really good for that. This right here I think is like $4 or $5. So it's not really expensive at all. You can go to any beauty supply, drugstore, Walmart. They're probably gonna have this. It may look a little different. My bottle is a little orangier because I've had it for so long, and the bottle looks a little bit different because the like logo and packaging is like a tad different. But other than that, it's the same formula and everything. After all that said and done, I use this coconut oil from Trader Joe's. I actually found this because a lot of my friends go to Trader Joe's, and I've heard really good reviews about this stuff. Beforehand, I got it originally as like the oil pulling, because it's like $5 for this like can, and I really like Trader Joe's because they're really natural. They have no GMOs in their products, and this is organic virgin coconut oil. So for $5, I mean, I'll pay for it. It's not that bad, and it lasts you a really long time. It's a lot in here, and it does melt. So as you can see right now, it's like a little liquidy. If it's anything but cool, it is going to melt, and that is completely fine. It does not affect the way that it's gonna go in your hair anymore. What I actually do is when it is solid, I'll leave it in my hand and just kind of like rub it in a little bit until it gets to like a liquidy consistency. Then I'll put it in, because if you try to put it in while it's kind of chunky, it doesn't work out that well. So I recommend just like putting a little bit in your hand and letting it melt just from the heat of your hand, or you can set it in some warm water. Do not microwave this. Do not put this in the oven. Don't do any of that. Just put it in some hot water and it'll melt away perfectly. I use this as a sealant instead of this, because like I said, this is really, really thick. Also, this is a really good oil to use on your hair. It helps hydrate your hair. It does, I think, help with frizz a little bit. And it's also just good for your hair to have some more natural oils, and especially an organic oil. And also, like I said, my hair is really finicky and it doesn't like really like thick oils. And it didn't really take well to like olive oil or argan oil. So this was a really good step for me. So that's why I like this. Lastly, we're gonna talk about the gel that I use. So the gel that I use is actually this Eco Styler gel, olive oil gel. So like I said, my hair didn't really take well to olive oil, just pure olive oil, but it takes really, really well to this. Like I said, my hair is ridiculous. It's tricky. I had to take years of trying to figure out what could work for me and my hair. So if some of these products don't work for your hair, don't fret. go get substitutes, look up other videos and see what are good substitutes. Because this stuff right here, which is the Beautiful Textures Curl Defining Style Custard, I've tried to use this and it does work. It's a lot thinner. So this stuff is a little bit more liquidy, whereas this stuff is just like a thicker gel. This actually does hold in my hair a lot longer. And this, when I used it, I did use it with that beeswax. So that may have been why it looked like, it looks like dandruff in my hair, and I didn't really like that. And it says non-flaking, but it really did flake a lot more than this one does. I've not had a problem with flaking with this Eco Solid Gel, whereas I did have a tough time after I guess I used it enough. And the more that you put in there, the more that it flakes. Whereas this, I mean, you could hawk the whole thing in your head and it's not gonna flake. So that's why I like this one a lot more than I like this. And this is also a lot cheaper. I think this one was like $6 or $7 and this one was like only like $4 or $5. So it's like a buck or two cheaper, but this worked well for me. And like I said, you can get both of these at any of your drugstores or Walmart, beauty supply stores if you need to. I do recommend this over this. I have seen really good reviews about this, so if you are interested in it or you want to test it out for yourself, feel free. But for me, it didn't really work. This is what I stand by the most, and I've seen a lot of natural hair YouTubers stand by this because it is affordable and it is really, really good. Also, another tidbit that I have for people is when you're using this or any gel in general, it takes a little bit of time for me when I'm doing my hair to like do that whole like just finger coil process. And so sometimes my hair will start drying up on one side while I'm working on the other. Get a little spray bottle, either it's like this or it can be just like the ones that you get from Walmart or something, like the bigger ones. Get one. Put any oil that you really want to use. Mine is, of course, is the coconut oil. Put a little bit of coconut oil and water in that and just use that as a mist in your hair. That's going to keep your hair damp enough so when you put it on there and it dries it like this, it won't just be all like thick and everything. It'll actually slide into your hair and it'll actually make your hair a little bit more manageable when it's wet and more likely to just curl better when it's wet. I always like working with wet hair versus working with drier hair, just because dry hair is more in its place and it's going to stay like that, whereas wet hair is a little bit more manageable in my case. So I always keep the spray bottle and I'll just spray it every time I feel like I need to go, or if a section is a little bit drier than the next section, I'll just use it for that. Now, in terms of styling tools, I have these 3 combs. I do not use all 3 combs at once. Either I'll use these 2 or I'll use this one if I have forgotten the rat tail comb because it has this one. I usually use the bigger one for detangling stuff, so like this end or this end for detangling or just like picking my hair out. This one is what I use this one for. This one is more to like separate my hair and hold my hair back. If I have traveled somewhere or I need just like to, like there's a knot that this one is missing, I'll just get this one. And also just like to hold my hair as well, if I don't want to use this one, I can just use 2, separate, and then just put it right there instead of trying to like do one and then hold it. I'll just use these 2. Like I said, this one is more for just like picking out and stuff like that. But these, you can get all of these either separately for like extremely cheap, like maybe less than $1, or you can get like a pack of like 8 combs in one for like $2. So go to Walmart or something and just like get those because they're really, really useful. Also, I lose combs and I live with my mom or my grandmother and everybody steals combs. So combs are a really hot commodity in my household. So just get you some and just like keep them. Like I said, they're really, really cheap. So just buy them, even if you buy them in bulk. Because if you go somewhere, if you are a boy or a girl and you put it in your bag or you put it in your purse and you say, hey, I'm just gonna keep it just in case something happens and it either breaks or you lose it, you always have more at the house. These are really inexpensive, but they're really valuable to the whole like hair doing process. I don't know why I keep like awkwardly twitching right now. But yeah, so those are all of my products that I use, all the things that I use to do my hair. If you have any questions about any of those, please leave a comment in the description box. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with all your friends because I know they want to see my videos because you like my videos and they'll like my videos and we can all be loving the videos. And the more people that watch, the more content and the cooler my content can get because I can get responses from you guys and hear you guys' feedback on some of the things. So yeah, feel free to leave feedback of what you like. If you felt that it was kind of like blurry. I tried to fix it because my last few videos have been like just a tad bit blurry, just enough to kind of piss you off. So that's why I tried to fix it. I have a new little camera setup that I'm trying out here. So if you like that, give it a big thumbs up. And like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video on Facebook, Twitter, whatever you got. If you got a, I don't know, a Hulu account, mention me in the comments there too. So, okay, you guys have a great day. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Tonight I'm on my worst.